Okay, hi. How's everybody doing? Good. Yeah, this is the tankless water heater made by Girard. Obviously, it has no tanks, and that's what makes it unique. It's a demand water heater, meaning the only time it comes on and operates is when you open a hot water faucet. The system is very quiet. It uses 50% less gas than a standard water heater. Why? Because you're not heating a tank of water to begin with, and you're not maintaining the water in the tank. The only time it comes on and operates is when you open a hot water faucet. Think of it as a furnace that heats water instead of air, because it has a blower on it. It has a fin wall board. It has a standard gas valve you see on any water or other furnace, with the exception of an extra coil, and it's very simple to operate. Basically, you just open the hot water faucet. The time you can hear this comes on, it operates. By the time the water gets from the water heater to this here, it starts getting warm. Okay. Now, if you want to get the water hotter, it's simply a matter of reducing the flow of the water slightly. Okay? By doing that, what you're doing is taking the water through the chamber slower. And when the water goes through the chamber slower, it gets hotter. That's basically the way it operates. Okay? So, very simple indeed to operate the system. All right? Okay? Hot enough for you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So there is no mixing of cold water. There are certain circumstances, if any of you are from Texas or any place where you have had really hot weather this year, that incoming water temperature, which we would see around here, maybe 55 to 60 degrees, down there is coming in at 85 and 90 degrees. And so in that case, you also have a switch where you can switch it to the low mode. So on low, it's going to operate on 27,000 BTU. On high mode, it's going to operate on 34,000 BTU. It depends on your incoming water section and so forth. It's 90% efficient. What that means is it absorbs 90% of the heat into the water. So only 10% is actually coming out through here. Okay? It's still running, it's cooling down a little bit. You know how a furnace, when you shut it off, it'll continue to run to cool down. That's exactly what that's doing. There's an on-off switch. The on-off switch is turned on by the customer in the spring. They never have to touch it. It's not something you're going to turn on and off at all. The only time you would ever turn that off is if you're going to winterize it with antifreeze, okay? Now, the system here does not have a bypass kit on it. A bypass kit is used in water heaters because you don't want to put 6 or 10 gallons of antifreeze into the tank. So they bypass it, okay? If you put antifreeze in here, it uses less than 1 pint of water, which means you don't need a bypass. You have a choice. You can either spray it out with air, which is what I do with my motorhome. I have one in my motorhome. Or you can run your antifreeze through it. The reason you want to shut this off if you're running antifreeze, you don't want to cook the antifreeze while you're putting it through there. It would cook the antifreeze. Okay? So basically that's that system. We talked about this switch. Very simple to maintain. There's no real maintenance except winterizing if that's required in your area. There's no anode rod. There is no electric element, and you will get that question from customers that like their electric because they can get free electric at the campgrounds, okay? This can only be done with gas. And the reason for that, if we were to run electric in this system, it would have to be 220 and 100 amps, just like you would have in a house. You can't do that in a recreational vehicle, so that's why it's strictly gas. That's why it's also so efficient, the way that it works. You can see, here's the cutaway, here's the chamber. Everything in this is either brass or copper or stainless steel, or the casing, of course, is standard steel. Everything else is really high quality products. There's 9 burners, 9 orifices, 27,000 is the low burn, 34 is the top high burn. Okay, so you can see a very simple system. And they're easy to work on. I'm a service guy. I'm not a salesman. I actually do service is the world I work in. So, do you have any questions? Okay. This product will replace any existing water heater out there, 6 or 10 gallon, and we do it with a door system. And by the time you're done, the door size that you replace it, whether it be a 6 gallon or a 10 gallon, is exact door size that you're taking off for the previous product. So a lot of customers, dealers now, are buying these from distributors. They'll have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of these, and then they'll have a door for a 6, a door for a 10, a door for a 12. And well, no, there's actually there's 3 doors. You don't have one for a 12. It's the same as a 10. So, so again, it'll replace anything out there. Competitively priced with the retail probably is about six something with the door. So, okay. Yes.
Energy-wise, is it any harder on propane usage than
Not
standard?
at all. Not at all. A good example of that is 1 pound of propane will allow you to operate this. What did he say? Almost 3 hours.
2.5 to 3 hours.
On one pound of propane, which means, and that is if you were to turn it on and leave it on.
Right.
So that for that entire time, which you can imagine, 3 hours that could get you through. You're never going to run it for 3 hours on a weekend. And the nice thing about this too, probably the biggest advantage, if you have 20 people that need to get a shower, and as long as you have water, gas, and electric, you can run them right through the shower, and they're all going to get a nice warm shower. You're not going to run out of hot water. They don't have to wait. Okay. Yes, sir.
How do you control the temperature and the hot water coming out there?
Simply, you turn it on initially. It's about a 40 to 60 degree temperature rise, which means if you got 60 degree water coming in, and initially you're going to have about 100 degrees coming out of here, and that would be your highest temperature. That'd be your 40 degree rise. Okay, but to get the water hotter, you simply slow the flow down. Okay, that takes it through. And I don't look at the knob. I watch the water because I don't really want to lose any pressure. So I just watch the water, and before, if I see that I lose pressure like that, I'll turn it back up again, and that will bring my temperature right up to dishes, enough to do dishes and so forth.
And to cool it, you cannot open the cold water?
You can use the cold water under extreme conditions, and that extreme conditions would be, is it heating? No, it's not.
Didn't turn the
I've
switches
got the
off.
switch turned off. There we go. Okay.
Just don't turn the heater on.
Yeah.
There's your warm water.
Yeah, you got water, but you got
water.
it's always good to turn the gas on.
Well, we live in extreme cold water, or
Yes.
so it's
Yes,
it's
in
a
extreme
balance.
cold water, you would never need to mix cold with it at all. Okay, if you have extremely hot water, you may have to mix some cold with it. Very hot. From Canada, yeah, you're never going to have to worry about that.
Yeah.
You're going to operate off your hot all the time.
You can always
Thank you.
with it.